For nearly 3 years, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has waited for the day, for this very moment, when talks for a ceasefire in the Russia-Ukraine war were finally announced. And the talks have been announced between Trump and Putin in Saudi Arabia. But is Zelensky going to be a major part of it? That remains uncertain at this point of time. And perhaps in a nutshell, sums up where Zelensky stands today. On the periphery or not there altogether. A conversation about his own country where he may have no part to play. According to reports, ever since Trump returned to power, Zelensky had hoped to meet Trump in person to discuss matters pertaining to the ceasefire. But that never happened. In fact, it was during U.S. Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent's brief visit to Kiev that news broke out about Trump being busy elsewhere. On a social media post, Trump announced that he had just had a phone call with Putin and talks for Russia-Ukraine ceasefire will start immediately. In the same post, Trump said that he and Putin have agreed that their respective teams will start negotiations immediately. Further adding, and I'm quoting here, "We will begin by calling President Zelensky of Ukraine to inform him about the conversation," unquote. Now, what does all of this tell you? Is Zelensky an afterthought for Trump? Perhaps he is. This is the same Zelensky who not long ago was sought after by world leaders who were ready to travel on a fortified train just to meet him in person. And now, he seems to be nowhere on Trump's priority list. According to reports, Trump and Putin set the tone for the potential ceasefire meeting, while Zelensky seems to have got the post brief. And in the latest that's coming in, Zelensky said that Ukraine will accept any deal that does not involve Ukraine. Take a listen.
It's important that everything does not go according to Russian President Vladimir Putin's plan, in which he wants to do everything to make his negotiations bilateral between him and the United States of America. We, as a sovereign country, simply will not be able to accept any agreements without us. I believe that Europeans must be at the table for talks because we are part of Europe, and we will certainly be a member of the European Union.
In fact, just yesterday, U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, in effect, quelled any chances of a ceasefire deal on Zelensky's terms, making it clear that Ukraine will not be a part of NATO. It will never return to its pre-2014 borders. And any peacekeeping forces in the region will not be American.
We must start by recognizing that returning to Ukraine's pre-2014 borders is an unrealistic objective. That said, the United States does not believe that NATO membership for Ukraine is a realistic outcome of a negotiated settlement. Instead, any security guarantee must be backed by capable European and non-European troops. As part of any security guarantee, there will not be U.S. troops deployed to Ukraine.
Hegseth's statements were reportedly a major blow to Zelensky, who had openly demanded for security guarantees from U.S. and terming any peace deal without Americans to be, and I'm quoting here, worthless. Hegseth has put aside any hopes of that right now. Earlier this week, Zelensky said he will be open to a peace deal where Russia carried out a straight territory exchange, offering pockets of Kursk that Ukraine holds, a proposal that the Kremlin rejected. According to reports now, in the aftermath of Trump and Putin's call and the statements made by Hegseth, Zelensky's hope of a land exchange proposal seems implausible. Trump had made it clear that he would end the Russia-Ukraine war in 24 hours after coming to power, adding that he would never have started it had he been in power. Trump is clear that the war is his top priority. And perhaps Zelensky is not either. He seeks to make a peace deal with Putin, and Zelensky may just not be a factor in it.